We're in Jacksonville, Florida this morning, and we are going to inspect this Thor Magnitude RS36. Now, there must be something about magnitudes because this is our second one in about 3 weeks. So stick around because we've got some things to share by lunchtime and the end of the day.
Magnitude again. I don't know, there must be a magnitude club. People are starting to do these. We just did one here exactly in that spot about a month ago. Another nice magnitude. Thor Manufacturing, a lot of little details. So nothing, and I know the customer mentioned it too, but those little rubber that covers the cable, you know it has to come. Now that's nothing, that's just a knick-knack, but it's a knick-knack you need to know. Then you end up here. There's sealing here. Oh, here goes my pen. So see, there's sealing here, missing at the bottom of the trim. The trim, this is the floor. So this trim goes right over the floor. So if there's sealant missing there, it's going and rotting your floor. Just saying, brand spanking new. Water bay, it was kind of okay in there. This one actually, the generator works. That is nice. Girard on-demand water system works perfectly as intended. And here's a little detail. Come up here. So here's a nice trim. See how beautiful it looks? Okay, well, it doesn't line up. I know it's nothing, it's a detail, but it started for me from here. I thought there was silicone missing. Well, this whole trim has been sagging down like an old man. So they'll need to address this as usual on top of the driver's side. I mean, hold on, let me try to go there, but right here, see, there's sealant missing right above the windshield. So another big thing, on top of my slide out, I actually have a seal. Typically a wiper seal is like this. So when your slide out comes out, when it pushes it in, the seal will go down like this, and when it pushes it out, your seal is at an angle. So it kind of seals your roof if ever there's water there. We're right in the middle of the slide out, right in the middle. That's where the seal is stuck inside. So if it rains, here's a little test. Where's the rain gonna go if that seal is inside? So there's protector on this unit and all kind of little things. I'm gonna do the mechanical later. Since we're here, I haven't stopped, but I went around and did inside and out. And big problem with this window here, that seal is rolled up. That's not my job to fix it, but you can't close this door. So whoever brought it from Middlebury or wherever it was made, Indiana, they definitely had the window open. Here, that was good. Audi Farm, I just started here with this seal, but it's at the junction here, so there'll be sealant required. This worked. I started in the back here, furnace work, water heater work, so that's my problem right here. So we got a brand new, nice rear kitchen. It's beautiful. Well, see, I had to put a thing in there, so now I know the temperature. So drawer missing, which is nothing. The customer already knew because he saw it a couple of weeks ago. So it's doing what it's supposed to do, but there's water in there. Well, in those systems, in order to take the water and send it out, you got to use this pump. So you push this little button. It makes a lot of noise, but actually does nothing. So you came here, you're leaving Friday to go where? You ain't going anywhere, because whatever's going on there, it's on top of all the other things that we found. So now let's go see what Laurel has to talk about.
So it's lunchtime, and this is my recap. You can see the black stains that Pierre just showed you on the rug right between the two seats. And also over here we have a leak. Not sure what exactly it is that's leaking, but that's definitely something to be taken care of. Also over here on this side, we are missing the leveling system control board. So we do not have access to that today. So let's come on into the kitchen area. So I was running the water and I had quite a leak underneath the sink, which, you know, I did tell a guy about it. He came in and he did some little tightening up underneath there. I'm gonna run some water again because it was leaking quite bad. Also behind here, it may not matter to some people, but it would to me. This is, all this sealant, it's just really thick and bubbly and then it gets thin again. It does not look nice at all. You can see this right here. It's really thick. I can move it all with my fingers, which, you know, I mean, people are picky. You're paying a lot of money, so you definitely need to know about these things. We have got a dent here in the side of the refrigerator, as you can see, and then coming in here. So I ran the water, as I said. The toilet bowl is not holding water, and the shower leaks. So it leaks all the way out here. I've got a rag on the floor right there, but the shower is definitely leaking. And then in the bunk house, we've got quite a bit of staining. You can see, especially on the bottom bunk, it's really dirty. Some on the top. Over here to the side, there's a place for tablets. The one on the bottom bunk, I mean, you barely breathe and it falls off the wall, so it's not really hooked well. Coming into the bedroom. So, you know, this is quite an interesting situation. So I'm up here doing the cabinets and everything, and I have this area behind the bed right here. Can you all see this? This is the light. It's also, you can feel the breeze, total access to whatever's under there. I think it's the refrigerator, the outside kitchen, something. So you can see that. And behind Pierre's back. So if we kind of, well, you're not going to really be able to see it unless I shut the door, but there's a pocket door. And when I shut this pocket door completely, here, I'll come out. You want to go to the back side and I'll shut it? You're going to see a huge gouge in the door. So, I mean, no one's going to want to see that. That's quite a huge gouge. And then over here, we have a loose window frame. What do we call those things? A loose window frame. I don't know what else to call them. So that's what I have so far. It's lunchtime. So remember, hit that subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment below. I mean, would you want to be this particular if you're buying a unit of this price? I think you're going to agree. So it's the end of the day, and here we are, ready to recap.
Rest area outside of the dealership. We didn't want to intrude and stay there, and then we walk around the unit, so we figured, okay, let's get out of there and let's try to talk about it. So you already had a visual this morning of what it looked like from Laurel's point of view, from my point of view. So then it's just little details that when there's something major, Laurel will be able to shoot it in there, so we'll be able to see it as we're going. So whatever's important, if not, well, next time ask us. So what did you find today?
Okay, so underneath my sink, my kitchen sink, I had a pretty big leak underneath there. So that was kind of big. My bunk beds, I went through all the electricity, all the USBs, so there's bunk beds in this. And the top bunk, the USBs do not work. It might be something simple, but at the same time, they don't work. Going through the furniture, the love seat has 2 minor little tears on them, but it's nice leather, you know, so you don't want tears on your brand new furniture. Also, there was a little gouge in front of the refrigerator, on the floor, in the vinyl, as well as some really sticky residue. And speaking of the refrigerator, so I've got the ice maker plugged in all day. It's not making ice, and even if it did make ice, that shelf, they have it right directly under the ice maker. There's no place to put the container that catches your ice cubes unless you take off the door of the refrigerator and put that shelf down about 3 inches where it's actually supposed to be. Then the actual ice maker container can collect that. One of the shades in the, not the shades, it's actually the valance in the bedroom is not hooked at all. So it's not screwed. So they need to screw that in. One of the shades, there's a bunk over the top of the cab where you drive, and the shade does not cover the window. There's probably this much space that's, whoever's sleeping up there is going to have sun in their eyes. So that's kind of what I found after lunch that I can think of.
We showed the bed earlier in the day? Okay.
Because, okay. Everything up until lunch, I'd already told you that. No sense in re-going over all of that.
Yeah.
So that's...
Some people that were on site today claim that, well, that unit was about 300. It's now down to 200 or 250. So somebody said today there that, well, people can't be picky when they're buying a camper. No, that came out from people who work there.
In the comments below, no matter what you're spending, are you going to be picky?
Hey, you go to Home Depot, go get yourself a piece of furniture. Listen, stop being picky. You know what? You're paying $40 for this. I mean, get over it. If you paid $100, that'd be different. No, the guy's paying $200,000, but that's okay. You can't be picky when you're buying a camper. Are you kidding me? This is exactly the problem of this industry. That is the attitude of people working there. So that came directly from people who work there. They're in there. They don't have a camper, but they work there. So it's frustrating. It's
those
something.
of us that RV, we know things are going to happen when we're on the road. So we've got to be somewhat mechanically inclined. But when you're going to invest money, you want it to be what you feel is your perfect.
So
don't you agree?
This was supposed to stay there. I had a bet with the owner that his ice maker wasn't gonna work. Even if he ordered it, it's plugged, it's in there, it wasn't gonna work. I still have my quarter, Greg. Gary, sorry. See, I screwed up again. So I don't know why. It comes with it. It's always there, like Laurel explained. That was kind of phenomenal. So the bucket, ice bucket, is in the fridge with all the other pieces, and you open the garage door, the freezer door, and the tray is underneath the ice maker. So, oh, okay, I gotta put that bucket there. So there's no physical way. You got to remove the door of the fridge to get this rack.
The door of the fridge does not open wide enough to get out your shelf. It opens just a little bit. So the way this is built, you have to take the door of the freezer off completely.
And that happens often. So it's not something it's not special. It happens often. So that's the point about you go pick up your unit. Most likely you won't see that unless you work in an RV place and you've seen a lot of that. That's what we see. So inside was about the problem that she got, until we ended up at the end of the day with another problem inside that's related to seeing it outside, coming back inside. So I continued outside, did my tire, my mechanical. Everything was kind of kosher, nice to a certain degree. There was another life safety that I didn't realize this morning, but in the front of the lights, the headlights of the truck, one of your fog lights on your brand new truck F600 with, I think it has 750 miles, something like that. It's already burnt or not operating. Sorry, I can't make a judgment. It wasn't burnt, it's just not working. So that's what I'm stating. So I go around the unit. Here's my slide out again, the same slide out as this week. The street side slide out, a big slide out. It's that big long slide out, and there's water dripping out of this slide out. Okay, so it doesn't make sense where it's located, where the water comes from. The sink's a little bit in the front. The leveling system didn't work, by the way. We didn't state that this morning, but because that little box wasn't there, we couldn't perform the test to see if it levels. So you gotta imagine the unit's going like this, and it's dripping here, and the kitchen is here. So I don't know about you, but things doesn't drip uphill normally. So it's kind of confusing. So whatever, long story short, we go inside and it's okay, this is right over the bunk beds, which don't make sense. There's nothing there. There's no rear bathroom.
We tore apart the bunks.
She tore apart the bunks.
Leak underneath the bunk beds.
Whoa, there's hoses down there. Oh yeah, didn't think of that one. There's a possibility to install washer dryer combo unit in the back of that slide. So there's two lines, blue and red, prepped.
There's no washer and dryer there, it's just prepped for it.
So I open the little side cover where the little plugs are, and there's no valve yet. They just put that in the wall. So since it's not prepped with the handles. It's just a hose. Well, the hose is leaking. I mean, like a bucket. So, well, there you go. You were leaving when with your unit after your PDI, you said? There you go. That's exactly what it is. So, people, it is like this every day. It's nothing new. You can say it's a Thor, you can say it's a London Air, you can say it's a Momentum, because we know people that praise that Grand Design is the thing. Well, I'll show you a couple of videos that we've done, and it's funny, we see things there too. Remember, do never forget, it's made by human. There's the problem right there. So it's inconsistent. Whoever's jumping on the line, whoever's there, this is the reason why we're here. I know you tried to justify, well, geez, it costs a fortune to have an inspection.
No, we save you money.
It costs nothing. Every single time we went, and then you go pick up your unit, you're going to bring it back, because people who work there, and I'm not mentioning any names, will say when we're there, well, geez, people got to get over it. It's under warranty anyway. They'll come back. And what did they say? When you told them about, well, people are going to come back here.
When they come back, it's going to stay there for a month or 2 or
maybe.
3. Yeah. Maybe. Possibly. No, it's true. No matter where you're going, it doesn't matter what dealership you're going to.
They always make you feel good
what's going to
that
happen.
It's under warranty, and it is, but they don't really, that's not the purpose. The purpose is to get rid of units. When you come back for service, it's warranty. They're just turning money, and it's fine. What's important is to get units out the door. Once you'll finally understand this, you'll understand the principle of inspection. And I hope you're starting to understand and appreciate what we're doing, and feel the pain of other customers that have to go through this. And remember, it might be you one day. So
we don't want you to have a fail along the trail. So make sure to do your homework and find that third-party, unbiased RV inspector in your local area, because that person's going to do you a favor.
Have a relationship with those people, inspector. Either it's us. Hey, listen, we'll travel at the end of the world. I don't have a problem. It's always a question of money. But make a relationship with that person. If that person is constipated, you don't like them, there's something wrong with it. Don't get them.
Next.
You're going to say, well, there's none in my neighborhood. Well, hire them from from somewhere else. It's fine. This is detrimental with this industry. What we're doing is helping one RVer at a time. But hopefully we'll continue to do videos, and hopefully you'll join it. Whoever's just skipping and not subscribing, please subscribe. So try to encourage us, so when you watch us and you laugh at all the misery of the people that we're putting them into with what we find, well, at least you can kind of encourage us to say, yeah, well, guys, continue doing this. It's kind of fun.
If you're watching today, just give us a thumbs up. Let us know you watched this video by just giving a thumbs up. We would appreciate that.
So remember,
and do never forget,
it's not about the destination.
It's all about the journey.